You were cursed to live forever. Now it's 4023, and a team of archaeologists has just discovered you, alive. They found me on Tuesday. I'd been buried for 212 years this time, not my longest stint underground, but enough that I'd fallen into that strange half-sleep that's become my body's way of coping with the crushing darkness. I've learned to retreat into memory, replaying centuries like favorite films. I was somewhere in the 2500s, remembering the brief golden age before the collapse, when the first vibrations started. Mechanical whirring. The scrape of tools against stone. I've been dug up before. Usually it's accidental, construction crews, natural disasters, once even a family of badgers. I've learned to stay silent, to wait for a moment of distraction, then slip away before anyone notices the not-quite corpse in tattered clothing. But this excavation was different. Methodical. Precise. They removed the rubble of the ancient bunker layer by layer, cataloging everything. And when they finally reached me, lying on what remained of a cot I dragged underground before the bombs fell, there was nowhere to hide. Subject appears to be male, remarkably preserved, a voice said in an accent I couldn't place. A bright light swept over my face. Unusual preservation environment. Temperature controls may have survived longer than expected. I kept my eyes closed. Centuries of practice have taught me that playing dead is usually the wisest first move. Scanning for biological markers now, another voice said. That was new. In my last emergence, during the 3800s, they'd still been using crude tools, picks and brushes. Now they had machines that whirred softly as they passed over my body. This can't be right, the second voice said. The scanner shows metabolic activity. Active cellular processes. Recalibrate. The equipment must be malfunctioning. I've run it 3 times. He's alive. I felt a gloved finger press against my wrist, searching for a pulse. That was my cue. I opened my eyes. 3 figures in sleek protective suits jumped back, their faceplates reflecting my gaunt, dirt-streaked face. Hello, I said, my voice a cracked whisper. What year is it? The tallest one removed her helmet, revealing copper-colored skin and eyes with vertical pupils like a cat's. Human, but not entirely. Evolution had continued without me. It's 4023 CE, she said, recovering her composure remarkably quickly. My name is Dr. Eleanor Santos, lead archaeologist for the Historical Recovery Initiative. I sat up slowly, bones creaking. Pleased to meet you. I'm Marcus, though I've used many names. This is impossible, one of her colleagues whispered. No preservation technique could. It's not preservation, I interrupted. It's a curse. They exchanged glances that I've seen countless times before, the universal look of scientists confronted with the inexplicable. A curse, Dr. Nor Santos repeated flatly. I nodded. Cast by a dying witch in 1798 CE. I killed her son, accidentally, during a bar fight. She ensured I'd never know the peace of death. I smiled thinly. I've had 2,225 years to come to terms with it. The third scientist, still helmeted, stepped forward. If this is true, you're the most valuable historical resource ever discovered. Of course. That's how they would see me. Not a man, but a resource. A living record of the past. I've been discovered before, I said simply. It never ends well for those who find me. Why? Dr. Nor Santos asked. Because humans fear what they don't understand. And they destroy what they fear. I brushed dirt from my clothes, the radiation suit that had been cutting-edge technology when I'd gone underground in 3811. In the 2200s, they dissected me. In the 2700s, they worshipped me as a god until I refused to bless their war. In the 3400s, they tried to replicate my condition, killing dozens in the process. The scientists were silent, absorbing this. What happened in the 3800s? The helmeted one finally asked. Nuclear exchange. Resources were scarce. Population declined to sustainable levels. I stood up, stretching my stiff limbs. I'm guessing humanity recovered, since you're here. Dr. Nor Santos nodded. We rebuilt. Differently this time. That's what they always say. I took a step toward the tunnel they dug. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to disappear before your superiors decide I'm too valuable to remain free. Wait. She touched my arm, the first human contact I'd had in centuries. We're not like those others. Our society is based on preservation, not exploitation. Knowledge is freely shared. I've heard similar promises before, but something in her cat-like eyes made me pause. Prove it, I challenged. Let me walk away. If your society is truly different, you won't try to stop me. She hesitated only briefly before stepping aside. You're free to go. But I hope you'll consider sharing your knowledge voluntarily. 2,000 years of first-hand history, think of what we could learn. I studied her face, looking for deception. I've become skilled at reading humans over the millennia. What I saw surprised me, genuine curiosity, yes, but also respect. Something I'd rarely encountered. I'll consider it, I said finally. But first, I need to see this new world for myself. To judge whether it deserves my memories. Dr. Nor Santos nodded. Fair enough. When you're ready, if you're willing, come find us. She handed me a small device. This will help you navigate. As I emerged into the sunlight of the year 4023, I felt something I hadn't experienced in centuries. Hope. Perhaps, after watching civilizations rise and fall like tides, I'd finally live long enough to see humanity get it right. Or perhaps not. But when you're cursed with eternity, even the possibility of something new is reason enough to keep walking.